Hello everyone, welcome back again to Critical Rocket with another Battletech MechWarrior video for the latest release, the Black Knight. This is the BL6KNT Resistance variant, as you can see with the black, red and grey. Pretty much not made that much of a change. As you can see in the video, this is just its default loadout before I put double heat sinks on and added some extra heat sinks, and I think I upped the engine size a bit, but outside of that the weapons are all entirely stock, so it's 2 large lasers, 4 medium lasers, a small laser and a PPC. And overall, much like the Grasshopper, this is all energy heavy. It's the second 75 ton heavy for the Inner to be added to the game, and I actually have to say this isn't one of the ones I'm most thrilled about. Visually, I don't really like the fact that it looks like the Dark Ages version. I would have preferred it to look more like the original Star League version. I thought that looked a lot cooler. I mean, I've put it in Star League colours there, but yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad mech. As a quick summary, if you just want to find out is it worth it, yeah, it's decent. It's a good energy boat, just like the Grasshopper was. Probably not as heat efficient. I don't think it has the quirks. I haven't even bothered looking at them, so I never bothered with the quirks anyway, but yeah, decent speed. Cockpit feels very, very tight and enclosed, but you also feel like you're quite high up in the mech. It gives you a good sense of height. Hums constantly. It's a bit different for the sound effects. I mean, that's one thing. At least every single mech does have its own kind of unique sounds and I guess feel ever so slightly. But yeah, the Black Knight hums a lot. Basically, this was a heavy mech that was pretty scarce, actually, after the Succession Wars. Even during the Succession Wars, Comstar, I think, was the only group that ever kept any mint-condition Black Knights. But it was a command mech originally, built more around its capability as being a command and control unit on the field. Had quite a sophisticated communications array, and it had a rather nifty feature that the PPC was actually attached to the right elbow, and had the ability to sort of swing up into a firing position and swing down when the mech needed to use its hands for something else. Obviously in MechWarrior Online that isn't really a function that's needed, and because they've gone with the Dark Ages variant, it doesn't have that need for the PPC to be at that angle, and again it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, overall decent amount of armour on this mech. Yeah, it's really hard to say anything else. If you like your energy boats, yeah, it's a pretty damn good choice. 5 ton heavier than the Grasshopper, but lacking jump jets, and it doesn't have any option for missiles, however small they were. I like the fact that the majority of the weapons are actually based within the torso, which means you've got a pretty good pinpoint accuracy when you fire. Obviously, the PPC may seem a little superfluous, although for some people they may want to build it around a PPC. I think during this match there is actually somebody who does have a dual PPC build, I think with 2 large lasers, so it's high heat but high pinpoint damage. It's not to say that the unit can't be upgraded to any kind of laser combination you want to come up with. That'd be pulse lasers, small lasers, PPCs, ER larges, any of that kind of combination. Although I think as a default it works fairly well. As you can see in this match, I mostly just used it as a fire support platform, just staying at range and popping the enemies as they came out, and I never really got close to overheating, but you can't really fire many alphas with the mediums and the large before it really starts to get too hot. I guess that's where the speed will come in use for being able to quickly reposition so you don't end up taking too much fire. Drawbacks? I don't know. I didn't really take many hits in this match. I would say, if anything, drawback-wise, is probably the first thing people are going to try and target is going to be your right torso, so they can take out your PPC, probably. But the large lasers, as by default, are in the torso, so you don't have to worry about your arms being priority targets. You just need to make sure that you torso twist and maybe even use your arms as shields, because they've only got 1 medium laser in each. And the small laser is kind of superfluous, since it was really only kept around for anti-infantry work, which isn't really a provision there.
New target acquired.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people like to say dead on arrival. I'm not going to say that about any mech in the game, but this, I don't know, the Black Knight just hasn't really thrilled me, which is a shame because it's actually one of my favourite Star League era mechs. But again, based on the original artwork rather than this one, it was the least interesting mech of the pack for me, and I'm sure I'll grow to like it. I'm sure as many people will. It's, as I said, the ability to bring so much laser will definitely be right up some people's alley, considering the current state of MWO's weapon balancing. One weird omission was the lack of ECM, which correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure there is a variant of the Black Knight that does carry ECM, and they didn't bring that in. I've got a sneaking suspicion that that may end up being a hero version rather than just a standard one, or it's going to be some kind of Chaos Mech credits version, so people can feel like they're getting some kind of on-field advantage. I don't know. Outside of that, the other variants aren't that much different from what you get. Pretty much they've just played around with the number of hardpoints each chassis gets, or one chassis will get an extra AMS slot and another one won't have any AMS and one will have one AMS. It's just a problem because the Black Knight never really had many variants because it just did one thing and one thing well, which was shoots lasers a lot and acted as a command platform. So, yeah. I wouldn't recommend this as a purchase on the as an a la carte. I would certainly pick it up for C-bills afterwards. If you really like your heavies and you really like your laser boats and you really like Inner Sphere rather than Clan, yeah, it's good for that reason. But to be honest, I don't really see what the big loss in the Grasshopper is over this mech outside of 5 ton. But you can pretty much build the exact same thing and have jump jets. So overall, nice animation work by the team again. It looks nice. No, just I think this is probably the first video where I just kind of give it a passing grade. It's meh. It's not like the Mauler. It's just, yeah, it's passable. So yeah, sorry if that's a bit disappointing for you folks. I just can't really seem to get excited about the Black Knight in MWO. Maybe if they retcon it, maybe if they change the image, maybe if they make it look more like the SLDF version, I'll be fucking happy. But yeah, until then, I'll be running it, and maybe I'll do a stream. Well, who knows. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good week all. Critical Rocket, signing out.